Welcome to this year's announcement of the world's best vineyards. Each year, we curate a prestigious list that spans 5 continents and showcases the finest wine tourism experiences from around the world. Nominated by over 500 leading wine and travel experts from across the world to discover the world's best wine tourism experience. Join us as we reveal the top 50 countdown for 2023. Before we find out who's made it to this year's top 50 list, let's take a look at our esteemed Hall of Fame award, reserved for wine tourism destinations that have topped our annual poll. Let's revisit the moment last year's #1 world's best vineyard was announced.
The world's best vineyard 2022 is Marchesi Antinori in Chianti Classico.
It is our huge honor to welcome Antinori nel Chianti Classico into the Hall of Fame. Our congratulations to the Antinori family and the whole team for this monumental achievement. Are you ready to explore the world? Let's discover the top 50 world's best vineyards 2023. Our first winery of the night takes us to the spectacular Aconcagua Valley with Viña Errázuriz. A pioneering winery in Chile, founded in 1870, Viña Errázuriz has long led the charge for greater recognition of the country's fine wines. With its commitment to terroir and sustainability, its wines are among the most admired in South America. To the foothills of the Sierra Cantabria next, as we make our first stop in Spain at Bodegas Muga. Based in the historic Barrio de la Estación in the town of Haro, this emblematic winery has been at the heart of winemaking in Rioja since its founding in 1932, with vineyards that can be explored by Segway or hot air balloon. Our next winery takes us high into the Andes Mountains, to Bodega Diamandes. In Mendoza's Uco Valley, this ergonomically designed winery, skillfully blended into the landscape and maximizing exposure to light to reduce energy use, produces an award-winning range of vegan-friendly wines, including the celebrated Clos de los Siete. To another range of mountains now, the mighty Caucasus, and Chateau Mukhrani. Beginning life as a royal estate in the 16th century, Chateau Mukhrani has always been renowned for its splendid parks and gardens. Producing wine since 1876, it is one of the oldest wine estates in Georgia and welcomes all visitors. The first of our visits to Champagne begins with Veuve Clicquot. The history of Veuve Clicquot is a history of innovations and firsts. The first producer of vintage champagne, the creator of the riddling process, and the first true rosé. Its cellars, part of the UNESCO World Heritage listed Gruyère, are open to all visitors. From the edge of one continental plain to another, as we head to Hungary, and Disznókor. Perfectly situated on the slopes of the Zemplen Mountains, renowned for its dry mineral white wines and its exquisite sweet tokayasu, no visit to the region is complete without stopping at this historic winery. A world away in Australia, we find number 44 on our list. Penfolds McGill Estate. Producer of the famed Penfolds range and the iconic Grange label, the historic Penfolds McGill Estate is located just 15 minutes from Adelaide. Welcoming visitors daily, it offers a variety of experiences and exemplary dishes at its restaurant and kitchen. Our next entry in Chile's Colchagua Valley is Viu Manent, the 254-hectare estate teeming with indigenous plants and wildlife can be explored by foot or e-bicycle. Alternatively, take a picnic among the vines and even learn the basics of being a winemaker or experience the harvest. We head on to the dramatic Douro Valley and Quinta do Seixo, a historic estate bringing cutting-edge technology to a venerable region. Quinta do Seixo produces some of Sandeman's greatest wines. The award-winning tourism program offers exciting experiences, including discovering the region's biodiversity or learning about specific port styles. One of the oldest winemaking nations in the world is home to our next winery and a new entrant at number 41, Chateau Quefraya. Founded in 1946, its guided tours take in panoramic views and Roman ruins and continue down into the cellars and Arak distillery. Afterwards, enjoy walks in the grounds and dine in Le Relais Dionysos overlooking the vines and mountains. Down the Douro River to Porto next, and a trip to Graham's Port Lodge. Discover the intricacies of port aging at Graham's 1890 lodge. Then head to Vineyards restaurant to admire the view of Porto and the Douro River as you enjoy a white port and tonic before sitting down to a meal made from the freshest local ingredients. Number 39 on our list takes us to Colchagua in Chile. Founded in 1994, Closa has become renowned for its eponymous red wine. Visitors can stay in one of its exclusive Relais and Chateau lodges, hike, bike or ride on horseback through the biodynamically farmed vineyards and watch the sunset over 100-year-old vines as they dine at the restaurant. And now for our best vineyard in Asia, we travel to Japan. Chateau Mercian Mariko. Established in 2003 and having opened the Mariko winery in 2019, Chateau Mercian continues its quest to put Japan on the map in the world of winemaking. The Mariko range of wines, made with international grape varieties, has received high praise from critics, and visitors can try for themselves on the terrace within sight of Mount Tateshina and Mount Asama. We cross the Pacific Ocean and return to Chile for our next entry, Viña Casa del Bosque. Located in the Casablanca Valley, not far from the coast, a complete program allows visitors to explore the cellar and vineyards, learn the basics of winemaking, and eat among the vines with a simple picnic or with more grandiose views from its award-winning restaurant. Climbing 18 places to number 36, South Africa next, and a jewel of the Cape Winelands, Delair Graf Estate. Wine, dine and relax in style at this glorious estate in Stellenbosch. Against a stunning backdrop of vines and mountains, the results speak for themselves and are best sampled at its Afro-Asian inspired restaurant Indochine, or alongside the creative fare at its signature bistro. From the mountains of the Cape to the plains of Hungary now, and Sepsi Winery. This family-run winery has been making wines in Tokai since the 1500s. A visit to the winery followed by a delightful meal at the Perxe restaurant is an absolute must, where you can savour their enchantingly sweet and impeccably dry wines. A new entrant to the list at number 34, and to a pioneering estate in the southern part of the Rhône Valley now, Château de Beaucastel. Located in the famous appellation of Châteauneuf-du-Pape, Château de Beaucastel was an early adopter of organic viticulture in the 1950s, and then biodynamics in 1974. Putting its vineyards first is at the core of the estate's philosophy. From the Rhône to Bordeaux, and one of the most quintessential Médoc estates, Château Pichon-Baron, a magnificent 19th century chateau, complete with conical towers, stands proudly at the centre of this 75-hectare property, renowned for its exceptional wines. Visitors can schedule an appointment to tour the vineyards and cellar, as well as enjoying a guided tasting experience. To South Africa once again for our next estate. Klein Constantia Winery. This stunning estate, founded in 1685, is renowned for its white wines and the iconic Vin de Constance. Take a short drive from Cape Town and unwind while relishing a delectable bistro meal featuring locally sourced ingredients and rare vintages. Our next entry is for fans of top-notch pink fizz. Champagne Bilcar-Salmon. In 1970, this family-run house changed the game in Champagne by reimagining the region's rosé wines with its signature pale colour and notes of red berries, the Bru Rosé Cuvée quickly became the house's flagship wine and a reference for all rosé champagne. To Uruguay next for number 30, and a new entrant to the list, we walk among the vines of Bodega Buza, which sits among the tranquil landscape of Melilla. Tours at the winery finish with tastings or lunch beside a classic car collection, while the vineyard at Las Espinas with its own restaurant offers both a beautifully paired menu and 360-degree views of the local countryside. Climbing 33 places is a vineyard where gastronomy and wine mesh perfectly. Cerreto. Founded in the 1930s in the beautiful Langa region, holding a deep passion for art and architecture, the family has collaborated with artists on numerous projects, not least the stunning viewing platform, suspended above the vines with unparalleled views of the gorgeous Langa landscape. In at number 28 is a North American eco-champion, Brooks Wine. Founded in 1998, the late Jimmy Brooks' commitment to both the environment and making the best possible expressions of Oregon Riesling and Pinot Noir is continued by his son, Pascal, and longtime friend and winemaker, Chris. The winery supports numerous environmental causes. A luxurious visit awaits at Abadía Retuerta, a former monastery founded in Ribera del Duero in the 12th century. Abadía Retuerta is a winery with its own unique PDO. The old monastery building is now a boutique hotel, offering bespoke experiences centered around wine, art, and nature. We fly into Australia now and touch down at the illustrious Henschke. This 6th-generation run winery in South Australia produces one of the country's most celebrated wines, Henschke Hill of Grace. Private tastings of the Hill of Grace and Mount Edelstone wines are also available, alongside a day trip experience exploring the famed Barossa Valley. At the halfway point on our list, we move to the Andes Mountains of Chile and visit a new entrant, Vineyards de Alcoaz. Located in the secluded El Quay Valley, the vineyards at over 2,000 meters of altitude claim to be the highest in the world. Winemaker Marcelo Retamal skillfully nurtures the vines and wines to superb effect. Taking 24th position, we arrive back in Argentina at Bodega Colome. A pioneer of high-altitude viticulture in South America, Bodega Colome is the oldest winery in Argentina. This is among the world's highest vineyards. Visitors can partake in 3 unique tour and tasting experiences to discover the magic of this valley for themselves. Making a suitably dramatic entry at number 23 is Champagne Bollinger, a maison that has always been marked by great characters, from the irrepressible Lily Bollinger to fiction's greatest super spy, James Bond. The other important character in the story is Pinot Noir, the grape that forms the core of every Bollinger blend. Leaping up 11 places to number 22 is another great champagne, the Masters of Blanc de Blanc, Maison Ruinart. Founded by Nicolas Ruinart in 1729, the house has become renowned for its mastery of Chardonnay. The stunning chalk cellars in the city of Reims are open to visitors and brunches served on the terrace at the weekend, alongside further bespoke experiences. In the historic centre of Jerez is where you'll find our next entry, Bodegas Tío Pepe. The 200-year-old cellars, trellis-lined streets and courtyards of the bodega are yours to explore. Enjoy the very best of Andalusian hospitality and regional flavours at its restaurant, and relax in the world's first sherry hotel in the grounds of the winery itself. Next is our best vineyard in North America, and leaping 23 places to number 20, Jordan Vineyard and Winery. For over 50 years, Jordan Vineyard and Winery has specialized in 3 things: Cabernet Sauvignon, Chardonnay, and first-class hospitality. This iconic family-run Californian producer offers intimate and expertly prepared food and wine pairing experiences for all to enjoy. At number 19 is a Bordeaux property fit for a pope. Chateau Pape Clément. Recording its first harvest in 1252, the estate offers 5 suites in which to stay and an extensive array of tasting experiences and workshops. Make a reservation for a sumptuous tea time looking out on the vines. Staying in Bordeaux, we glide serenely southwards to Chateau d'Yquem, the most emblematic estate in Sauternes and the only producer of Bordeaux's famous sweet wines, designated a Premier Cru Supérieur in 1855. 100 hectares farmed according to biodynamic principles contribute to this astonishingly complex and long-lived wine. We move from Bordeaux to McLaren Vale for number 17 on the list, D'Arenberg, which has moved up an impressive 43 places from last year. The unique personality of each vineyard and variety is encouraged here, with minimal intervention and time-honoured techniques. And the winery hosts numerous exhibitions in its cube installation among the vines. High on a hill stands number 16 on our list, Quinta de Noval. Since the 18th century, Quinta de Noval has been renowned for the quality of its wines. The estate also produces the famous Nacional from a plot of vines over a century old. All of its wines are available to try or buy at its boutique in Pinhão. Now moving along this beautiful valley, our next entry is Quinta do Crasto. Since the 18th century, this historic estate has watched over the vine-covered hillsides, cruise on the Douro to experience the scale of this incredible region, then settle in for a guided tasting in the century-old family home with a selection of premium port wines. From the Douro to the Danube, at number 14 is Domaine Wachau. The terraced vineyards of the Wachau sloping down to the Danube River is one of Austria's most beautiful viticultural landscapes. Explore the Baroque cellars beneath the town of Dürnstein and enjoy the wines with seasonal produce in the Hürdige on the mighty Kellerberg. For this year's highest new entrant, we move from Europe to Argentina for number 13. And welcome Finca Victoria Duriguti family winemakers to the list. Founded by the Duriguti brothers Hector and Pablo in 2002, this winery has made an immediate impact in little over 20 years. Born and bred in Mendoza, the brothers share a passion for the wine and gastronomy of their local land. The property includes 2 guest houses and regularly hosts events throughout the year. Scaling further heights, we next head to Weingut Dr. Lürsen. For over 200 years, the Dr. Lürsen winery has made wines from some of the greatest sites in this spectacular region. Any visit to the pretty town of Bernkastel should include a visit to the new Vinothek and maybe a night or 2 in the guest house. Next is our best vineyard in Australasia, and we take a voyage to the Antipodes now. All the way to Ripon Estate in New Zealand. Here on the schist soils that border Lake Wanaka, Ripon Estate produces its rightly lauded range of wines. Waterfalls, glaciers and alpine valleys are the backdrops of this stunning vineyard, which hosts concerts and events throughout the year and collaborates with chefs for seasonal restaurant pop-ups. And so we reach the top 10, and we return to Argentina and El Enemigo. El Enemigo champions Argentina's ability to make world-class wines not based on Malbec. Visits to the winery might include masterclasses on viticultural or winemaking practices, and the orchards and gardens grow the produce served in the restaurant with its extensive tasting menus. Staying in Argentina and leaping 16 places, Bodega Salentine. Within sight of the glorious Andes, Bodega Salentine has dedicated itself to expressing the heart and soul of Mendoza's Uco Valley. This philosophy can be found in the care of its vineyards, the excellence of its cellar, the dedication of its winemaking team, and the quality of its wines. Perched above the River Rhine, we find our 8th entry, Schloss Johannisberg. Wine has been made at Schloss Johannisberg for over 1,200 years and has been planted exclusively with Riesling since 1720. Visitors can experience this incredible history for themselves, visiting the beautiful palace and grounds and dining with views of the Rhine. Back to Chile and into Colchagua for number 7 on our list. Montes. Montes produces a range of wines that express the incredible diversity of Chile's many terroirs. With a winery based around the principles of Feng Shui and a restaurant operated by the renowned Francis Mollman, this extensive array of wines and a plethora of unique experiences are waiting to be discovered. At number 6, we head back to Uruguay for Bodega Garzón. Incredible landscapes, a special terroir, and a world-class, highly innovative and entirely sustainable winery in which to produce the finest wines. Visits may start with a simple tour, but hikes, cooking classes, vineyard picnics, and much, much more await at this unforgettable winery. Are you ready for the top 5? The 5th best vineyard in the world is in France. Set amid the forests and hedgerows is Chateau Smith Haute Lafitte. With gravel soils providing ideal conditions for the production of both top-class red and white wines, the Cathial family add a final flourish with their organic farming and support for biodiversity. The on-site luxury 5-star hotel Les Sources de Caudalie boasts a spa and a 2 Michelin star restaurant. Next is our best vineyard in Africa. Climbing 34 positions from last year and in at number 4, proving there can be heaven on earth, is Creation. Creation is named after the favourable growing conditions in South Africa's breathtaking Hemel on Aarde. Set at the foot of the Babylonstoren mountain, amid the swards of Fynbos, the team produce highly acclaimed Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Stay in farm-style luxury at the guest house and dine on fresh local ingredients. Now to our top 3. We head to the Cachapoal Valley. Taking the 3rd best vineyard in the world is the magnificent Vic. Nestled in a corner of the Millehue known as the Golden Place, is where Vic made its home in 2004. Entering into the winery is to be immersed into the Vic experience, a blend of avant-garde architecture, innovation, and winemaking science. Guests are also invited to stay at the luxury hotel with its Zen garden and incredible views. Congratulations! Now we close in to our top 2 best vineyards in the world 2023. Next is our best vineyard in Europe and the 2nd best vineyard in the world. With a flash of architectural brilliance, congratulations to Bodegas de los Herederos del Marqués de Riscal. Marqués de Riscal has been at the forefront of Rioja winemaking since its creation in 1858. It was the first Rioja estate to bottle its wines and won fame and awards in foreign markets at an early stage. Today, it is home to the striking City of Wine designed by Frank Gehry. Congratulations! And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Taking the top spot as the best vineyard in South America and the best vineyard in the world. At number 1 on the list of the world's top 50 best vineyards to visit 2023 is Catena Zapata. A winery that played a pivotal role in resurrecting the fortunes of Malbec and pushing the vineyards of Mendoza higher into the Andean foothills. Catena Zapata is a driving force in Argentine winemaking. Those visiting the winery can discover the story of the Catena family, pairing wine with music or the art of blending, Then taste these iconic wines with excellently prepared meals at Angelica Restaurant. An enormous congratulations to Catena Zapata and the whole team for this monumental achievement as the world's best vineyard and the best vineyard in South America. Congratulations to all vineyards listed this year. Visit our website for detailed profiles of the top 50 featured vineyards in this video, and browse our website to discover more of the world's best vineyards and wine regions. Thank you for watching.